New updates are coming to Power Virtual Agents. Do you think they're minor updates?
Yeah, so we have rebuilt the canvas from the ground up.
If you've wanted more control of your bot or you had to extend into bot framework, you are going to want to hear what's coming.
We have a canvas-wide integrated PowerFX editor.
And you'll see why Gary doesn't call them chatbots, but he considers them conversational applications. All today on PowerCat Live. Welcome to PowerCat Live. My name is Phil Topness with the PowerCat team, and today I'm here with Gary Pretty from Power Virtual Agents. Hey, Gary.
Hey there.
So, Power Virtual Agents are low-code chatbots. I think the UI is just terrific, right? You can like lay it out, you can see it in real time. I'm excited to hear about the new version, but whatever you do, don't change the interface on how we build them, all right?
Yeah, so we have rebuilt the canvas from the ground up. So not only are we infusing it with new capabilities that we'll talk about in a minute, but we're also looking at how can we make you more productive. So we've added things like cut, copy, and paste to the canvas, which sound like a small thing, but are actually incredibly useful. Improved topic navigation. But there's also the other side of the house, for more pro developer type personas who have traditionally used Microsoft's bot framework over in Azure to build chatbots. And there's definitely more capabilities over there with tools like Bot Framework Composer that those sort of more sophisticated scenarios can take advantage of, and can sometimes, let's say, maybe a little bit more of a higher learning curve to actually get started with. And so what our unified authoring canvas does in this new public preview is bring together these two worlds. It brings together the power and flexibility of Bot Framework Composer with the intuitive low-code experience that you were just talking about how great it is that PVA is known for today, and we're fusing them together.
Are there additional things like capabilities that I could have done in Bot Framework that I can now do in Power Virtual Agents?
Yes, absolutely. And I think one of the key things to talk about is the deep integration that we've added to the Power Virtual Agents canvas with PowerFX. And we have a canvas-wide integrated PowerFX editor. So you can do things like, I can now just arbitrarily set a variable on the canvas using a new set property, set a variable value node. And that will allow me to use a literal value, or I can use a PowerFX expression to set that set the value of the variable. You can also use our updated condition node. So today the condition node is very usable, right? We have some some common conditional operators that you can use, like is equal to, is not equal to, does it have a value? Well, we've still got them. We've expanded the out-of-the-box list of operators, but you can also just flip that condition node and say, you know what, I want to write the whole condition using PowerFX. We've had customers asking for a long, long time to be able to add images and videos to their responses, and even things like adaptive cards.
Oh, wow.
And you've been able to do that through the integration that we've had with Bot Framework Composer, but there's been a significant, additional amount of work for you to do that. And now with the enhanced message node, all of that's available natively on the canvas. I can drop a message node on my canvas. I can add an image. I can add a card. I can add adaptive cards just by dropping the JSON straight into my canvas. And I even get a preview of the card right there in front of me as soon as I've added it. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I can see with all that capability, especially adaptive cards, why you call them conversational applications, right? It really does take on a lot of application-like features. So what happens with Bot Framework then? Do we still have Bot Framework, or is it getting fully absorbed in Power Virtual Agents?
No, Bot Framework is still there. So Bot Framework Composer and the Bot Framework SDK are still in market. We're not announcing any deprecation of those, and they're still fully supported. So anybody who's got bots running on those technologies doesn't need to worry. What we are saying, though, now is that we're recommending any net new bots that you are developing and building. We think you should start with Power Virtual Agents. Given the fact that the ease of use in terms of getting started, the ability for absolutely anybody to actually just jump in and actually start building a bot, and the lack of the need to worry about things like the infrastructure and the scaling of your application. Of course. And so, we think that Power Virtual Agents is the sort of the logical place to start for the vast majority of scenarios.
Now, the bots I've already created today, like, do I have to migrate them to this new version, or what happens?
So no, so don't worry. So any bots that you've already got running inside of Power Virtual Agents are going to continue to run today, and you'll be able to edit them and continue to maintain them using the existing canvas. We're only in public preview right now, but even within public preview, for most bots, you'll be able to actually head over into that bot, head to the bot overview page, and you'll see a tile offering you to try the preview. And for eligible bots, you'll actually be able to copy that bot, so duplicate it into a brand new sort of unified canvas bot, and we'll convert your content where we can for you to give you a a head start in terms of using the new canvas. And then sometime after general availability, we'll also be talking about how do we take existing in-place bots and move them over to the new canvas. That's still something that we're planning right now, but it's absolutely on the roadmap.
Now, you've got some time between general availability, which is when?
So general availability is going to be sometime in calendar year 23.
Okay. What happens between now and then? Like, is there more coming that, that we should at least allude to?
Yeah, absolutely. We are definitely not standing still. So you're going to see some capabilities in the public preview today that are just awesome. So another one that I haven't mentioned yet is the ability to dynamically power multiple choice. So you can drop a question node on your canvas, and you can actually, instead of providing the choices right there in line at design time, you can provide it a list variable or a list of record variables from PowerFX to actually dynamically drive the choices, the synonyms, etc., which is pretty
cool.
awesome, right?
Yeah.
It will be possible for you to call Power Automate, have Power Automate reach out to one of your backend services, return some JSON which contains a list of options, pass that back to Power Virtual Agents in a single variable, whereas today you have to sort of break these things up, convert that into a list variable, pass it into your question node, and then dynamically offer those choices to your users, which is just going to be incredible to see, and we think will really, really unlock some of the developer potential within.
So many potential integrations from that. Yeah.
Yep.
What else is up your sleeve? You're wearing short sleeves. You can't even have much up there.
Sorry. So the other things that we're going to see are the ability for you to change the way that your topics are triggered. Maybe you want to add a topic that gets triggered on error. Right. So in this particular scenario, I'd like this topic to trigger if there's an error that occurs. And every topic will have a condition on it, which you can use PowerFX to actually say.
That's cool. Yeah.
It's going to be awesome, right? Because it means that you can say, if this topic, if this error occurs or this event is received, and this condition is true, then trigger this topic. The first way that you will see that today, actually, in the first wave of public preview, is if you head over to the System Topics tab. So there's a new tab on the topic list for System Topics. We have numerous topics there. One of the examples is called Multiple Topics Matched. So effectively, the did you mean behavior, where the bot will automatically disambiguate for you today, we've now put that in a system topic. So it will work out the box. You don't have to do anything to make it work. It will just be there. But if you want to go in and change the prompt, you want to go in and change the behavior if the user says none of these, or, you want to change the, instead of escalating, if they say it wasn't one of these topics, you simply want to, redirect them to another topic.
Yeah.
All of that's in your control.
That's really nice. So if people want to go try this out themselves, it's out now in public preview. If someone's trying it out and they have feedback, can they just leave it below in the comments?
We would love it to.
All
We
right.
want to hear feedback, right? Any way that they want to provide it in the comments, they can hit us up on the community forums. We just are encouraging everybody out there to please go sign up. If you've already got PVA, just head over, create a new bot, and you'll be able to choose the unified authoring canvas. So please try it, and we can't wait to see what you build.
Are you going to have a bot respond to all the comments?
No, it's actually going to be me and
gonna be
all
human.
of my
All right.
PM colleagues. We're going to be there. Yeah.
Thanks so much, Gary. This sounds really fun. I can't wait to play around with it.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for watching, everybody.